good afternoon or evening or whatever time it is in your place, and welcome to this video. My name is Bernardus Krisawa Nugroho, and I'm the creator of the ESP32 Hydroponics Manager Repository. And in this project, personal project of mine, I created a ESP32 based system where it'll take data from the HT22 for temperature and humidity. It'll take data from pH meter pH 4520C for pH level and TDS meter sensor for TDS level. It used to have an SD card module so we can store data inside and take data from it, but unfortunately the module got fried. I accidentally swapped the GND and 5V, and I plugged 5V power railing into 3V. So yeah, it officially dead. I can't SD.begin the module, so yeah, here we are now. But the website, the Flash app, in which we'll take the data from ESP32 using ESP32 as access point, it has an Easter egg. So yeah, enjoy the video. So this is my dad's warehouse. Look, it has melons. So this was the place where I talked to the camera in the intro. Sorry. And this is the setup. It looks messy, I know. So what do we have here? This is the adapter. It'll be plugged there. There's a socket to connect the power. We'll put it back on. This is the ESP32. It has 38 pins. The left power railing is 3V and the left one is GND. Look, we have DHT22 and this cable connects into the pH 4520C, which is inside here. It has a little nice house and connected to the probe right here. Next up we have what do we have here? Oh, TDS meter sensor. So the cable will goes right here. Look, the TDS also has a little nice house and it'll get connected to the probe inside. Look, that's the probe. And last but not last, and yes, whatever, and the last is water level sensor. It's only 4 centimeters. I thought it would be bigger, but yeah, this is what we ended up with. So I used it to like give a warning whether it is not full, or my dad can just keep filling in for the day, even though it is very useless. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So next we'll go to the testing. Now getting to the hardware showcase. Look, this is the ESP32, and as a little fun fact, this is the SD card module that I was talking about. It definitely was fried. Definitely. It wouldn't boot when I SD card begin. And also a matter of fun fact, if you look at my older commits, it used to say use PCB, but after calibrating the TDS and pH, I don't think I have the sanity left to do it. So here we are using breadboards. So I'm gonna give you a look at how the system will go. So I'm using my dad's phone to put Thermux. That's that how you say it? I don't know. But all you need to know is that you need to boot up Flash. So because my computer is downstairs and the signal is weak, so we'll just use my dad's phone and Thermux to open up the Flash app. Also, another fact, I used to plan for a Java app, but After seeing the monstrosity and verbosity of Java, I decided to abandon the plan altogether because I don't have the sanity, man. The calibration took a lot out of me, man. Definitely. So we plug the ESP32 in. Oh, it's good. Okay, so now it's glowing red, right? It's glowing red. The sensor is turned on. You can't see the pH sensor cause it is sealed, but you can see the bluish aura around the TDS house. So that's definitely a W. So now we're gonna put up the Thermax on my dad's phone. So here, this is the picture of me when we were going on a holiday. This is the widget, the shortcut I created for Thermax. So if you click it, it won't open Thermax automatically, obviously. But once you open Thermax, so now I'm gonna connect to the ESP32 Hydroponics Wi-Fi. So it'll connect, but it doesn't have the how you say it, the internet connection. So yeah, get back on the app, copy the links, and open up Chrome. Here we are on the dashboard of the, I don't know why it doesn't show it, but yeah. So we're here. This is the website. Hold on. 29.6. It's reversing you guys, but it's fine with me. So 88.8 humidity. The TDS value has been off. I don't know why. We'll test it soon afterwards. Need refill false cause the water splashed onto the water level sensor. There are some relics when I used to debug: voltage TDS, raw value pH, and voltage pH. So now we're gonna take a look on how the testing goes. Alright, now testing the TDS sensor. This is the drinking water. So we're gonna test the TDS in it first before we're going to use the probe from my ESP32 Hydroponics. Rates around 1063 TDS. Wait, hold on. 163 ppm. Sorry, I was wrong. 163. So we're gonna test the TDS for now. Now the probe is submerged. We'll look at the... Oh yeah, it is definitely broken. The TDS sensor reads 163 and the TDS value of this guy reads 1000 plus. I don't know if it is because it has been submerged for days in the nutrients water, but I don't know, man. I swapped the GND and 5V before on this poor man's module, so I don't know if the amps or whatever is inside is broken or not, but yeah, the reading is not looking good. So now after putting it in the drinking water, we'll drop it in the nutrients water and we'll take a look at the nutrients value. Yep, definitely. So I set in my coding and you can see it in tds.cpp and tds.h that if it exceeds to... Wait, sorry, it is definitely broken. It reaches 1.09 volt, which it shouldn't be. In drinking water, I thought the voltage was more, right? Wait, let's test. So now it is plugged in. The voltage, it goes... Hold on. Is the coding broken? I don't know what's happening, man. Genuinely. But it is what it is, I guess. But now we know that the TDS cannot be trusted. It will just be a decoration, alright? So our last hope in this project, the pH meter, it's chilling there. The pH reached 6.8 to 7 this whole time. It has been submerged in the catch. How do you say it? KCl, yeah, KCl solution for overnight yesterday. So now the pH meter is turned on. We're gonna dip it in the nutrients water and see how it goes. Wait, it's actually pretty good. Wait, hold on. Let's test it one more time. 6.94 and 6.8 to 7. So this thing has actually two working. The DHT and the pH probe. Yeah, the water level sensor is useless as always. The TDS is broken and the SD card module is fried. Yeah, so here we are right now. 5:30 p.m. in my dad's warehouse. I should have been sleeping by now cause I'm tired and tomorrow I have MPLS. Look, it's now 29.5 and 29.0 C, and in mine it reached 29.7. Not bad. So this thing, actually, my first plan for this project was it's just gonna be simple DHT reading the temperature and humidity. If it is too hot, it'll turn on the exhaust and fan. And if it is too dry, it'll turn on a humidifier. That was my plan. But my dad asked for ppm and TDS rating, so here we are right now. With TDS sensor broken, pH working, yeah, better. DHT, yeah, you can say it's working, and water level sensor useless as always. The SD card is the casualties of the Kugujumo-Serbian Hungarian War, and I'm the torture subject from 10 hours of calibrating. Now it is 17:40, 5:40 p.m. Yeah. And I'm up here in my dad's warehouse when I'm supposed to be sleeping because tomorrow I got MBLS. So what I suffered through this monstrosity was I haven't had a proper training in embedded. I picked up embedded on the fly, and yeah, I just went nuts with it. I don't know how, actually this SD card module was the one who caused me to be tired. I woke up at 3 a.m. coding this thing to 8 a.m. from 3 a.m. So 5 hours coding just this because I don't know how to code this stuff. I was, you can say, a beginner. Yeah, I'm an absolute beginner to SD card module. I don't know nothing. I know nothing of just on parsing whatever it is. And the TDS one also cost me a lot of trouble. It took me 10 hours to calibrate this stuff. The pH probe was actually nice. It only took 3 hours maybe. So I got a few lessons from this. I got a few lessons for this project. First of all, never, ever, unless you're tight on budget or your life dependent on it, or you can immediately read the value, don't ever buy analog sensor. Unless you're a masochist, which I don't think you are. It took me a lot of time just calibrating this stuff. So save yourself some time. If you have the money, grab digital sensors whenever there are. And also just keep your body healthy, man. I stayed up late a lot during this project, and I learned a lot, honestly. This is hellish, this is tiring, and I really want to sleep right now. But this is worth it. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff. I learned Python sockets, I learned ESP32, I learned embedded, I learned pH, I learned acidity, I learned TDS. I turned my bedroom into a mini laboratory because I don't know what to say, but just took the lesson from me, right? Make sure you keep track of time. Make sure you grab digital sensors whenever you can. I, Bernard Christian Wibsana Nugroho, going to MLS soon from Vocational Catholic High School, Sin Louis, Surabaya, logging off. And I got embedded project soon, so stay tuned. And yeah, thank you for watching.